And good morning, this is Natalie with Discover Real Estate. I am on the road coming back from Remanso Beach, the public access part. So this is the public access part. This road over here, that's the road within the development of Playa Remanso. So they're clearing all of this out and getting ready for the coastal road. So let me show you some updates today on the coastal road construction going south. North of town, it's kind of at a standstill because of a hill they have to go over. I've heard two different stories. One, that the ground is not stable, and the other that it's owned by a bank and the bank has stopped the construction. But look at how much they've cleared out the road down here. So north of town is kind of at a standstill, but there is a lot going on south of town. So just look at all of this. The road to Remanso doesn't even look like the road to Remanso anymore. It is amazing. So they've got this whole bank up here just all torn up. And look at all of this. Lots going on down here south of town on the road to Remanso. So here's the entrance into the development of Remanso right there. I got Michelle with me today. So it's a Sunday and I'm like, you want to go for a Sunday drive and we'll check out all the construction progress south of town. So, but just look at this road. It's going to be amazing once it's all done. You don't even feel like you're in Remanso, going to Remanso anymore. It just doesn't look anything like it used to. Now here through this area, I don't know what they're going to do because it's still narrow here and there's still a couple like little Nicaraguan shacks, but they did move a few of them. Watch out, puppy. So, but yeah, so I'm not sure what's happening, but yeah, some of this has been moved that was here. But we'll see what happens with the rest of it. Lots of dogs on the road today. Just look at all of this. It's amazing what they've done here on this road. So the entrance to Congo Hills. So that you can see the stakes where they need to widen the road, and I don't know what's going on with this house right here. It looks like they're going to lose some of their wall and part of their land because of the way the drainage ditch is right there in front. It looks like they might lose their house even. I don't know. But yeah. They've done great drainage they've done a great job putting in culverts and having proper drainage. So yeah, and that stake that's right there with the red, that's going to come right beside these little houses here. So, and then here's some staging areas. And then this right here is where the road will no longer be on the current road to Remanso. So here it's going to go to the right and cut through here. And I'll show you that when we're on the paved road going south to Yankee and Hermosa. Okay, now this is where the coastal road will cross the current road that goes south to Yankee and Hermosa and Ostional. So this is here, and then this comes out on the main road coming into town. And this here is impressive. Wait till you see this on the right. They're putting in drainage ditches, and look at those massive rocks that they have there. So they've brought in just truckloads of these massive boulders, and then they'll put fill on top of that. So they're really building this up, because this area here can be wet. So they're really building up the road to make it above the water line, and they have great ditches and culverts and drainage. So it's impressive, those rocks. And here's one of the quarries that they're using. Just look at all the big stones that they're pulling out of here. So it's massive. And a little delay for a cattle crossing. Welcome to Nicaragua, a Nicaraguan traffic jam. Okay, we just came through Playa Coco, and here is the first real construction. They've got some stakes in the ground coming through Playa Coco. But this looks like a massive bridge that they're building here. So, guys are taking a lunch break in the shade. Yeah, it's going to be a massive bridge. But as you can see, they're cutting down the trees, getting ready to widen the road in this area. So there's lots of trees cut and stuff. We're coming up to the entrance into Flor, which is the beach where the turtles come and hatch, lay their eggs, and they hatch. So that's the entrance to Flor there. But so the coastal road's going to come right through here, and you can see how many trees and stuff they've cut in preparation of how they're going to widen the road through this area. And here's another bridge that they've put in. So we're still not quite to Ostional yet. We're south of Playa Coco, and we're not yet to Ostional. And over here, this is one of the staging areas for all the equipment that's south of town. So still, we're not quite to Ostional yet, and they're starting the widening here, so we'll see what happens up here. Yeah, they've moved that fence line up there, so they're working on this. The last time I was down here, this was just normal. They hadn't cut any trees or anything yet, so this is a big update here. Looks like they got to move the telephone poles. So, yeah, you can see how they're going to widen the road with the new fence line that's there. It's way over there, so this whole thing will be the new coastal road here. Okay, here's another bridge going in. We're still not quite to Ostional yet, but lots going on. They're making big progress here. I'm really curious what it's going to look like south of Ostional, considering the amount of progress that they've made since I was down here the last time, and I'm not even to Ostional yet, because nothing was improved before I got to Ostional before. Just a little bit of tree cutting right before I got to Ostional. Holy jeepers. Look at this hill up here. I guess maybe they're using some of this for quarry stone. I don't know. But they've done major work on this hill. Yeah, look at this. water's going to come through and down the steps and below. So, and the road's going to go up there. This is incredible. They've done a lot of work down here since I was down here in, I think, November. Yeah, I believe November is when I was here last. Okay, we are in Ostional, and once I got to the edge of Ostional, the construction stopped. So, not sure where the road's going through here, but there's been nothing marked through here in Ostional. So, I don't know if it's going through the main part of town or up and around or where it's cutting through, but this all is the same. Okay, we just got through the main part of town in Ostional, and you can see that they've started widening the road. So the road must be going straight through town. I don't know if they have to move houses or if it'll just be narrow going through Ostional. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But up here we're coming up to the police checkpoint. So I'll have to stop up here and show them Michelle's passport and my cedula. Okay, we just came through the checkpoint, and before, I don't think there was any construction going on here after the checkpoint right away, but now there is. So you can see how they're putting in more culverts and stuff here. Now the drive is going to get interesting. Here you can see how they're starting to build up the road. So they're done moving dirt, and now they're starting to build the road up in places. All right, looks like we're getting major progress. I don't know if that's blacktop or just some limestone. We'll find out in a second as soon as we hit it. So. No, just loose limestone. All right, the limestone didn't last very long. Now we're back on dirt roads again. So, but you can see how they're cutting out different levels and really doing a lot of excavation here. So you can see the telephone poles and how much they've cut down around them. Quite interesting. We got more limestone here. Check out, I don't know if you can see that down there or not, but this up here where the cell phone tower is, that's the entrance into Playa Manzanilla, which I've got some properties for sale down there. So, but it's like right on the 5-kilometer border. So some of it is within 5 kilometers and some of it isn't. But that's the new entrance into Playa Manzanillo. But this hill used to be level with that little rancho right up there. So you can see how much they've cut out of this hill here. But it's Sunday, so no one's really working. You can see the ocean over there. Let me zoom in. So that's Playa Manzanillo down that way. We'll see how long this limestone lasts, but this is compacted nicely. The others wasn't very well compacted. It was pretty loose, but this has been compacted. But the views driving down through here are just spectacular. Check this out. Look at the mountains in the distance. So, beautiful, beautiful views. And then there's the ocean. And that's Costa Rica down there. That mountain range, that's Costa Rica. So, but I'm going to keep going today as far as they'll let me. I don't think I'll be able to get right up to the border, but hopefully I can get pretty close. Yeah, beautiful drive. But you've got to be careful. They have stakes in the middle of the road at places, and it's like you have to pay attention while you're driving here. You know, tear up your vehicle or your motorcycle. Ah, we got something different here. This is smooth. I don't know if we're on concrete or what, but this is nice. And yeah, the loose limestone's coming up again. Okay, last time I didn't come this far. I don't know what the name of this little town is, but there's a little school right up there. But yeah, they've been doing a lot of work in here. So I'm curious if they'll widen this bridge. Okay, we got some water over here on our right. I don't know if you can see it through the trees very well, but you know, we've got coastline there. So, but I don't know the name of this bay that we're in, so no idea if this is still Manzanillo or something different. There, now you can see bigger water. Okay, these guys stopped me. This is the 5-kilometer mark to the border, so now I gotta turn around and go back. But he confirmed that they are building a new border crossing from Costa Rica into Nicaragua, but 5 kilometers south of here. So, but they wouldn't let me pass. I'm not allowed to go yet. So hopefully in the future, once the border crossing is open, then they'll open it up and let people go. But for right now, no. I stopped and got out of the car just because I wanted to see. Like you could see on the edge of the road, it looked like pavement, but then you got all this loose stone here. It's not pavement, but it's like compacted limestone, and I don't know if they just put water on it or there's something, but this is like on the edges is very compacted. And then they've got all of the rough limestone over here. So, and I can't imagine riding a motorcycle on that limestone. That's super dangerous. So, but yeah, because this is really, you can see how loose this limestone is. But it, like on the edges and underneath this, it appears that it's like some kind of material holding the limestone all together. And then, so I'm not sure what they're doing, but this is your answer. Okay, now we're back to the tower where you turn left to go to Playa Manzanilla. But down here is Playa Manzanilla. And then in front also, look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, we drove down into Playa Manzanilla where I've got some property for sale down here. So this little house up there is for sale. But this beach is just stunningly beautiful. And it's amazing here. So that's Costa Rica on the other side. But yeah, this is Playa Manzanillo. Very remote, not much down here. Some construction that started years ago. There used to be a pier. That's what those posts are out there. There was a pier in the water, but it was built illegally, and so the government took it down. But yeah, you got property up there for sale, and behind it is an old hotel that was started. I don't know if it was ever really opened or not. But yeah, so, and there you can see where part of the old pier was, and then up on the hill there's some old construction that's been abandoned, so it's not really worth much, but there is some properties for sale right up there. These would be, I think these are within the 5-kilometer range, so you would have to be Nicaraguan to buy them. But it is beautiful down here. The road getting in was kind of sketchy. There were several places where it had washed out. So, and it was down to a very narrow one lane getting through, but we got through. So, but yeah, it's just super beautiful down here, very peaceful. Okay, we made it back up from Playa Manzanilla, And this is the entrance. And this used to be level with the road, but is not anymore. Look at how much they've cut out. And down there's the road. But yeah, where the gray road was, that used to be up at this level, but now it's just been cut out so much. It's amazing. All right, we are in Ostional. I took Michelle to see the beach in Ostional, and this is the path that goes through the mangroves. So we're gonna take a little walk on it. Try to walk and not fall through the bad boards. So, this is pretty cool. Look at those mangroves. We got a broken board here. Another missing one here. I gotta pay attention where I'm going. This is awesome. Look at this. Kitty cat. This is really cool. Can you hear the monkeys? Another missing board. There's a kitty cat wandering around in the mangroves. And it ends right there, so. But this is pretty cool. All right, Michelle, you ready to do my saying? You gonna do it with me? I love my life. Come join me. Do it again. I love my life. Come join me.